Hey guys, this is Emmanuel, your Emotion Code Practitioner out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Just wanted to say a happy Friday to you guys, and I'm excited because I want to talk about something that is truly dear to my heart. Dr. Bradley Nelson and I really, I've had some conversations with him, and let's just say there's something coming out really, really soon that will definitely blow everyone's mind in regards to the power behind this work and what it does beyond the veil. For those of you who are brand new to the Emotion Code, most of you guys have maybe heard your practitioner say that where does this trapped emotion go? It's inherited, and it goes levels up and levels. You can heal people below you and heal people above you. Now, what's really interesting that I love is that wouldn't you think that's a divine confirmation that Dr. Bradley Nelson is guided if for the fact that this work is so powerful that it penetrates beyond the veil? I mean, for me, I said, come on, how is that very possible? Well, let's start off with a basic one thing that happened that I was like, wow, that is very interesting, is that I started working with this lady, and when I was working with her, I said, your mom is going to get affected by this. We're going to release this from her, and it's a very heavy inherited emotion. I think it was like 12 generations. It's going to be very strong for her. As soon as I worked with her, she started, the mother at that moment started receiving processing symptoms. Like she felt very tired, very exhausted, and she was healing. Like she said, she's like, very randomly I was driving and I just felt this wave of being exhausted and tired, and she didn't know that we were having a session. In fact, I met with her mother the next day, and she admitted to me, she says, yeah, I heard from my daughter that you were working on me, and I took a nap in the afternoon. I rarely take a nap in the afternoon, but I was just so exhausted. And then later on, she told me that you guys released something from me as well. So she didn't know. So then I said, Dr. Bradley Nelson and I were talking, and he keeps saying that he's had some great conversations with people that could see spirits. So it's not only the time that there's an inherited emotion that all of a sudden these spirits come up. In fact, it's very interesting. In front of seminars, you can ask that question. Well, that question has been asked where as soon as we find an inherited emotion, you would ask, are your family members here, the ones that were affected by this? And lo and behold, the arm stood strong. So, but here's the real question is, do they only show up during inherited emotions? And from what I've heard from private lunch attendance with Dr. Brad is that, no, they show up actually a lot of the times in every session. And there have been witnesses of people that see their relatives show up, two relatives show up, one relative show up on the practitioner side. Why would they show up on the practitioner side? Oh, I don't know, to guide that practitioner. Why would they show up on the client side? Oh, I don't know, to comfort the client who is releasing things from them. Because guess what? Your family, your great grandkids, or I'm sorry, great ancestors, they all love you. They still care about you. They still watch you. In fact, I even presume, and I believe, and I think Dr. Brad believes too, that a lot of the answers to your prayers, guardian angels, have a lot to do with your family members who continue to watch you at this time. So again, I love that part of the emotion code. Most other healers out there, when they talk about, we're getting in contact with your family or whatever like this, that's great and all. Getting in contact with family is great. But what's really great is releasing trapped emotions from family members who have suffered with self-abuse, longing, anger, frustration, and to see them heal too. And I always tell clients that even if they're not believers of God, even if they're different faith, it doesn't matter. As soon as I tell them that we're healing your family, there's something that touches them to the core that says, wow, this is such a beautiful moment that maybe they've answered my prayers in the past, but now I have a way to answer their prayers back. So I really believe this is a divine work, the emotion code and body code. And you'll just go ahead when you're working with someone and there's inherited ones, go ahead and muscle test. Are your family members currently there? And you'll notice the body said yes. And then when you release it, are they there anymore? And body says no. So again, it's showing that they were there temporarily just to enjoy the healing, and then they go off in their own way. And I think that's a very beautiful thing. So I think one of the also beautiful things is I was working with a lady once, and every time I worked with her, it was like 2 or 3 times. There was this kind of, after I prayed with her, there was this warm feeling over my head, and it was like very tight, like someone's hand was over my head, and I really felt it. I felt very emotional when I got up, and I said, was your mom a religious person? I'll say, oh yeah, she was Catholic, and I said, that's great. I'm like, did she ever give you like a blessing at all? Did she ever put her hands on your head? She's like, yeah, she did. I'm like, would it be too far of a stretch if I told you that she put her hands on my head twice during one of our sessions? Actually, it was 2 different sessions. Twice she put her hand over my head. And she says, no, I wouldn't be surprised if she did that. So again, just another beautiful moment in our practice that happened. And it's probably happening to multiple practitioners out there. But just know that there are people across the veil, family members, that appreciate this work. The more we heal, the more they heal. And so hopefully this inspires you more and more, that even if you're doing this as a hobby, as an emotion code, wouldn't it be great that when you're working with family members and friends and your kids, knowing that your family is getting involved and that you're healing them as well? I think it's a beautiful thought. And maybe that might give you more motivation to do it more often, knowing that you're healing people. And I guess I'll leave with this. The last thing that I did recently that kind of shocked everybody is that, I actually asked if I can connect with my mother. And my mother actually said yes. But guess what, guys? My mother passed away since 2011. And so I have a goal this year to work on my mother's heart wall, to see if she still has one. And I know it sounds very strange to work with someone that's passed away, but the reality is that I still love her very much. I still feel like we're connected. We probably have a cord connected to each other. And again, I find this very fascinating work, knowing, and you should know, that this is a work that penetrates beyond the veil, and that you're making a difference not only in this plane, but also on the spiritual plane. So hopefully you enjoyed this message. Hopefully it inspires even more to get to work and to really grind it out. People ask me, man, you're busy. You have 10 to 15 clients a day. But reality is like, the whole time I'm affecting people, and not only this generation, but the coming generation, because sometimes you heal the posterity and the past generation that have already crossed over. What other work would you want to do? What other thing would inspire you? I think we are literally affecting millions of people indirectly and indirectly if we really, really look at what's happening when you do a session. So again, this is just to give kudos to those of you who are in the emotion code, to keep striving on and keep working hard. And I appreciate what you do. I honor what you do. Even if, like, say, you work on just your family, you don't even have a practice, I honor what you do. And it's just really amazing. Like I said, I didn't find the emotion code. Obviously, it was Dr. Brad Nelson. I'm just a huge proponent of it, and I really believe in it. So again, hopefully you were inspired by this message. And feel free to comment below on this YouTube channel, like maybe what special things have happened to you in your sessions. Feel free to comment below, or if you have any questions, just comment below. Feel free to subscribe to this as well. I know I'm going to create more videos. I'm doing the page-by-page commentary, and I want to keep letting just giving insights on my thoughts on the book. Obviously, the book is amazing. It doesn't need insights, in my opinion, but I'm putting it in there just because you never know. Maybe there's one insight that you'll get that might improve your practice or the way you do the emotion code, just through my own personal experience with my practice. And so, and feel free to put the little the ringtone. There's like this little bell near the subscribe. What that does is that alerts you when a new video comes up. So click on that little bell down there. That'll also that way you're connected. You don't miss a video of any of these. So again, this is Emmanuel. I always end my video like this. The world has a false notion where I'll take care of you, you take care of me. But if we take care of ourselves, then we can authentically take care of others. And as we take care of ourselves, we can change our home, we can change the city, and we can change the world. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. We'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.